But there's some detours from the gospel. Galatians 1, 6-7, I marvel that you are so soon removed from him that called you unto the grace of Christ unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert, distort, misrepresent, change the gospel of Christ. Now, is Satan our problem in this verse? No, it's people. They come to you and say things. And when you're not in the book and you're not in prayer, you start thinking about what they say. And they're perverting. They're misusing. They're changing the gospel of Christ because we don't stay in the book to know the gospel. We don't want to distort and misrepresent. Galatians 1:13, you have heard of my behavior in the past in the Jews' religion. I profited in the Jews' religion above many my equals, being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers. So we have two here. Religion is a detour, and traditions are detours. When men gets involved, the church becomes a religion. When men starts bringing their own little doctrines of faith, their own little opinions, trying to please people, that's a religion. That's the definition of a religion. A system of laws, a system of ways of worship or whatever that men have created. The church is a living organism. It's not a religion. It's a living thing. And then the traditions, the customs. Now, see these guys up here with their baggy pants? They don't know that the baggy pants came from the prisons because the prisons gave these prisoners pants and they, were all big and so these prisoners had to walk around the prison with these baggy pants. And so when they came out, they what? Wore baggy pants. And then the thing was to wear baggy pants if you were to identify with your friends that were in prison. And so what does America do? They don't find out any source of this stuff or whatever. They just thought, oh, baggy pants are in. Oh, cool, man. They walk down the road. Oh. See, it's a custom. A stupid custom. And kids will die for that custom. So that when their peers see them, they're cool, whatever it is, If it's shaved heads or long hair or whatever's in, I got to be in, man. It's the custom. Here's another custom. In the Muslim religion, their God is so weak that women have to cover themselves from head to toe to keep the men from temptation. That's the actual fact. These women can't show anything. Because the men are going to... what kind of God do they serve? They expect everybody in the world, every woman in the world is going to cover themselves from head to toe because they're a man? If you're a man, be a man. Control yourself. Are you with me? And so they have a religious tradition, a religious thing that does nothing but make these women feel like, oh man, if I show anything, I'm going to destroy some man's life. So they put the blame on who? The woman. The man don't, the man don't have any blame. In fact, if a man rapes a woman over there, they don't kill the man. They kill the woman. Because it's her fault. How many know that's a weak God? And America keeps promoting Muslim as a peaceful religion. Folks, it's not peaceful. Look at this woman. She's a prisoner of a religious tradition. And she is bearing the burden of the men around her. It's going to be her fault. If they get sexually aroused or sexually, it's going to be her fault. Now that's the truth. And I submit to you, that's not a powerful God at all. And that's not a powerful Quran at all. That's a men's gospel. That's a men's Quran. And ban it, throw it out. This is a Chinese woman's foot at the turn of the century. Chinese women had to have their feet bound so they would walk nice. And they would have the high heel look without wearing high heels. You know. Look at the foot. Them women were in pain. Them women were in agony. It was a cultural custom for centuries. Traditions are very destructive. I don't have to say anything about this. You got the picture, right? Let's all be little howdy-doodies, you know. You don't know who Howdy Doody was, huh? A puppet, you know, with strings. So here it is again. Women have got to bear the burden so the men don't think bad thoughts. Does that sound logical to you? Tattoos. Whatever comes in, you know, we got to tattoo ourselves so we're cool, man. Please people. Look at this guy. Piercing. Oh yeah, piercings are in. Yeah. America's going backwards. This is what they did in heathen nations and all that before civilization come along. Anyway, those are detours.